It's often said that all great leaders are great learners. I know in my experience, the highest performing leaders that I've coached and worked with their teams are the ones that are willing to engage in knowing themselves and then translating that into authentically bringing that into the world. So knowing oneself and then being able to understand and interpret at a deep level what my relationship to the world is and the people in the world around me, and how to really bring myself in a true, authentic manner is a keystone of great leadership, because it does then provide us with the opportunity to exercise the most powerful thing in our lives, which is a choice of what I do and say. I've discovered that leaders and great leadership learning occurs actually at 4 levels. One is the global level. In other words, what I find great leaders doing is constantly looking out over the horizon to see what's going on in the world about them. And we're talking here in the sense of globally. We're talking about the marketplace, where the true opportunities lie for learning are vast, and they're out there. And great leaders are like sponges when it comes to getting and absorbing that information. The second level is at the community level, which is much like the organizational level. In other words, to understand what's happening in the immediate community around me, in my organization around me as a leader, is tremendously powerful. In other words, if I can understand what the patterns are, what the desires and needs are within that community realm, and learn and continue to learn as much as I can about that and my relationship to it, that's another level. So you've got the global, you've got the community. And then, of course, there's the ever-important interpersonal level. And the interpersonal level is how I bring myself to each relationship, to each conversation that I have. It was once said that the conversation is the relationship. And at the interpersonal level, that becomes very important. How am I responding to and how am I building relationships at that interpersonal, individual level is key to success as a leader. And how do I respond to those really important and intimate relationships around me? And how do I do that authentically? And then the fourth level is the self. Is really going down deep into who I am, understanding what my needs, my desires are as a human being, how I deal with compassion, how I deal with love, how it is that I see myself and clearly see myself, again, in an authentic way, so that I can bring that to my learning in my interpersonal relationships, that I can bring that to my learning about the community, and I can see myself in relationship globally to the world around me, so that all those levels of learning find their form of alignment and an incredible capacity that exists in that framework.